Hi, this is guidance for September, and today, as I make this, it's September 1st, the first day of the month, so ushering in the new energies, but also a new moon today, and also with an eclipse. So there is definitely a sense of new energies birthing, and not to mention, it is also the change of seasons for, I'm in Australia, so it's spring for us here down under, and if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you'll be just entering the doorways of autumn. So this is ushering of this new energy is really enhanced by the cosmic energies that I'm tapping into right now. So each month as I do these messages and pass on these messages to you, what I'm doing in effect is just connecting with the divine, with the greater universe, with the all that is, the energy that connects us all, as well as the angels and higher beings of light, for I only work with the light, and also just opening up my psychic senses and connection to the spiritual realms. And then I use the oracle cards in these particular readings for you in order to help convey to you specific messages, and that also is a way, it acts as a channel of tapping into messages from the angels, and anything that they wish to say. So they will point out through the cards to me energetically. I will be drawn to particular words or images or little aspects and symbols and so on. So they really act as divine divination tools. That's why we have the word divination. It has the word divine in it. Okay, so for September, so here what I've done to begin with is do a spread of 3 cards representing past, present and future, just for recent times, for what is happening. So in the past, sort of what's been leading recently up until now, we definitely have been in this cycle of growth, and as you can see here, growth is symbolized by not only the wings, the butterfly, so turning in the chrysalis, transformation into the butterfly, but also she holds the eggs also representing rebirth, birth, rebirth. It is reminding me also of spring as well as the spring colours, so that is by no accident. It's full of codes and signature energy through the cards. As she's holding that egg, see how it glows there. So this is representing divine manifestation and energy that is here for you. It is in its embryonic form, ready for you to give birth to when the time is right. What I've also noticed is that the green energy relates to emotions in the heart chakra, and this card, as one of the crystal ally cards, it says adventuring. So that is also a green crystal that helps us heal our emotions and our heart. So a lot of growth in the heart. That also represents our connection to the divine, and our heart growth represents our ascension process as we move to higher levels, as we move to higher vibrations. I'm drawn now to the nest, so for me it's representing vulnerability for you, or feeling like a bit of a baby in the nest, perhaps feeling like you need to feel secure as you're feeling that vulnerability. So, and some mothering there. So I'm just having Archangel Michael as well as Mother Mary and Jesus Part 3 now to also convey this message. Now also I'm getting the Jesus significance with rebirth as well coming through right now, and the feeling that I'm getting is, as Jesus rebirthed, so are you, and we all are aspects of the divine. Also, what I've noticed is, see, the aventurine is an A word crystal, and on this card, aquamarine is an A word, and I also have another card from a different crystal deck that I've actually decided to work with today, which is Amazonite. So notice the A crystals, okay, and they're all the watery or the bluey green colors. So, so work with any A crystals such as those. This one here is Amazonite or aventurine. I'm not sure which one, I forgot it at this moment, but just feel that sort of healing green energy that it's giving for you there. 2 other A crystals. This one is angelite, wonderful crystal to help you connect with the angels, and apophyllite, which does the same too, very high vibrational there. So I've just popped all those crystals here to help us with the reading today. Okay, so we're going through this initiation process, which is very much like a journey where we're entering new doorways there. Initiation, it really represents what we're going through on Earth at the moment, our voyage, our passage as a human in this day and age, in this incarnation, is very much an initiation. So it's representing the grander initiation of this lifetime, as well as the even grander initiation of all our lifetimes across all universes and all time spheres. So past lives, future lives, all integrating into one is what I'm getting right now. I'm seeing this here as the two yous, so the higher self you and the lower self, or the human self, and your greater soul wanting to bridge and connect the two. So that's what the angels are saying right now, which is really interesting. And also they're saying to work with the crystal selenite, which is a beautiful, clear crystal, which helps you with clarity, protection, and cleansing. It's a wonderful, amazing, high vibrational crystal to work with as well. Okay, and this is also about you ascending more into your light body, into your higher version of yourself. What I'm feeling here too is the sensation of being a spiritual initiate. See, we're all left alone on this earth in this lifetime to work it out for ourselves, aren't we? So this is why we rely on some oracle messages and so on to help us on our journey. So we're all in this initiation process, and that's what's happening right now. So I'm just drawn to the stormy border, which is representing the stormy energy that is around the frequencies that are disturbing. So what I'm feeling here is that there are lower frequencies that disturb the higher frequencies. These are the lower, darker energies, certain people or beings who want to cause chaos and disruption. So I'm feeling that almost like now it feels like I can almost hear that static, like static on the TV, or like lightning, how that would be if it was an energy sound. So what's it showing? So that's showing to me is a disruption in the force field, if you like. So this could represent world events of a negative kind. Now, I've been talking in my recent videos, I've been picking up a lot lately on this world energy and sharing with you. It's been really interesting because as I've said something each time and broadcast it to you, then I've noticed that it's happened. So for example, last month I was talking about something to do with fire, and then the very next day, I think it was, I'll write about this soon, but there was a fireball on an aeroplane or something like that, and I've noticed all these separate fire incidences that are outside the norm of the regular fires you'd see on the news and so on. So one was what they termed a fire-nado, which is like a tornado fire, and so on. So fire has very much come through too. Now I'm being shown as a symbol of transformation. We're all transforming. This is what's happening to all of us. And transmuting. So I'd like you to see now all that negative energy of the world, all the negative energy in your own life, in your own little sphere, in your world, being dissolved, burned, transmuted by the fire. This is when we can call in the violet flame, so we can ask Saint Germain to please clear away all negative energy using the violet flame, which is a transmuting force of energy that dissolves and transforms into higher energy. So we come now to the releasing, which is where we are and where we're heading to. This whole process is all about releasing. Releasing means releasing and letting go of the lower energies. So this is the year, as I've mentioned copious times, a 9-year of releasing. Okay, so we're releasing those last fragments that we're holding onto, which is really important for us to know. Also, I want to emphasize that we're in eclipse season right now. So I mentioned today is the new moon, the 1st of September. We also have eclipse season happening this month. So I write about that in my newsletter, Awakening Spirit. If you haven't joined up to that, just I'll put the link below this video. I also write about the eclipses. I'm going to make a video really soon about eclipse energy and what that means and how we get affected by it. It just means that things are more enhanced. So if we're going through the cycle of releasing, it's going to be feel more intense. But that's a positive thing at the end of the day. There's always a rebirth, okay, after the fire that we go through. So other messages I want to convey is that we're going through this period as we're transmuting, as we're awakening, as we're growing and expanding, we're receiving new insight and divine connection. So again, another another crystal you can work with, a crystal, they're showing me, is amethyst as well as azurite, okay? So it's interesting, I've never had that come through in that way before where a letter pops through for a crystal. But they're all powerful crystals. So the amethyst, great for psychic protection, psychic development, third eye awakening, and awakening. Okay, so also during this time, I mentioned the Amazonite crystal, and that helps restore balance, peace, clarity. So this is about bridging a connection back to yourself, your emotional self and your mental self and your physical self, bridging it all together so that you feel more balanced and whole. Because I see a division between your ego self and your higher self. The ego, representing in spiritual terms, doesn't mean like egocentric. It means the lower energies. So it means that side of you that gets caught up in the chaos, in the distraction, in the negative thinking, and so on. So there's been it's being out of balance. So what the angels are saying is that it's time to integrate the two aspects. So integrate the positive and the negative in. So to combine the two forces into one so that you become more whole. This also could represent healing in a couple, in a relationship, or between two people, whoever that is for you. But this very much depends on you tapping into the high energies, opening up your heart, transmuting, cleansing, releasing. It is like, so here we have this card called the Dragon's Jewel. It's by Colette Baron Reid. I barely use these cards, but I was drawn to use these cards today. Okay, so what this card represents is that there's something in your life, like right now, that you are being asked to accept. So you might have been thinking that you were going one way, perhaps the ego way, and now your higher self is calling you to maybe take a turn in direction, or at least to turn your focus into the higher way. So this reminds me again of this card here showing you. So I'm feeling like you need to unite more your higher self with your lower self, with the two sides. Okay. So now is the time to ask yourself, is it my ego that's been leading me, or is it my soul, my higher self, that's been leading me in choices, decisions, and just in my life in general? I feel that a lot of you carrying that the ego energy, the lower energy, and we're all like, getting bound by that at times. So it's time to release that. I'm feeling that stored in the solar plexus area, the stomach area, for a lot of people too. So just releasing that now. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming through and assisting with that. So go with any decisions, choices, or way of life and being that is more the higher side. Okay, what is it that meets your highest intentions rather than your lowest? So what I'm going to do now is I know that I need more time here, so I'm going to make part 2 in the next video.